What's up, guys? Fudge YGO back with another deck profile. This is my second locals I went to with this deck. I've gotten first place both times, gotten undefeated. The last time I was 4-0, this time I was 3-0 with one draw, so I didn't have any losses. So, and it's with Marincess. And weirdly enough, it's a go second list. So anyways, let's get into the deck profile. So I played 3 copies of Marincess Blue Fang. This card's really good. It's literally just like Gazelle on steroids. It literally can just send a Marincess monster from deck to the grave, and if it gets Link Summoned off, which you play like Link once, you can activate the top 3 cards of your deck and add a Marincess card. So this card's insane. I literally like opened it like every other hand. So, and then it's a level 4 and it's a water, so it's a Cyber, so it's very useful card. And then Spring Girl is also like super generic level 4 that you can use with the links. It's literally just a black or white dragon for the waters, so it's really good for that. It's also like Bahamut shark materials as well, so like that's really insane. And then we play 3 Seahorse. Seahorse is basically spinning for the deck, but instead you summon it to a zone and link monster points to you. That's a Marincess card. So it's really good. It's a level 3, so it's not the best level in the deck, but it's still very useful because this one card can like set up your full board, or even like an Imperm or etc. Super duper good. And then we play 2 Pacifist. I really need to get a 3rd card of this because this card like literally wins so many games. Its first effect is you can summon a Marincess card monster from your hand to any zone, and its secondary effect is on the next turn you can banish it from grave and add back a Marincess Spellsys Trap. So this card is just like a 2-for-1 and it's recursion, so I should definitely get a 3rd copy of this. Also, it sets a full combo because you have to go into Sea Angel to get into like your spell card that lets you like Monster Reborn, or else you're not doing anything, so it's just really useful for that reason. And then I play 1 Mandarin, 1 Sleeping Maiden, and 1 copy of Basilima. This card is like Balinks for the deck, weirdly enough, if it's engraved. And then this card is, y'all know what this does, it basically lets you equip, and also it's an extender if you control a Marincess card on the field. Marincess card, not just Link monster, so that's really good. So you can like target the field spell, pretty nice. And then Mandarin, it's basically another extender. It's a level 1, so it's not the best level, but this is level 4, so you have a lot of level 4s in the deck. So that's it for the main Marincess monsters in the deck. And then we play, for the hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom, and then 3 Imperm. These 2 cards are just very useful in just any format that lets you just stop cards what your opponent's doing. And you can just play it against any deck and they're useful. You can just stop problematic cards or just like cards that like overextend like their turn, so they can keep gaining advantage. So it's really good. And since we played Go Second, we play a lot of like hyper offensive cards. We play 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Droplet, and 3 Evenly Match. Evenly Match is just really good, just removes their whole board except for 1 card. Droplet's really good. It also just like stops anything that they're doing in terms of like negation cards, or just it's a reactive card as well, so you can just send 1. It's like an Imperm, and also like it's like a Woboku kind of like in certain instances where you can just like make their monsters halved. So that's really useful. And then Dark Ruler no more. It's just even though they don't die, like both these cards just make it to where they don't die, you're just able to gain so much advantage during your turn to where you just beat your opponent pretty much. Because if their cards are negated, you could just be able to plop through the board, if that makes sense. And then 3 Signet Mining, because this deck is super offensive. 3 Signet Mining is just like the starter spell card of any like Signet deck or Cyber deck. 2 Triple Attack, this card's self-explanatory, super duper card, good card. 2 Pod Desires, I wish this card would come to 3. Honestly, after this, after this next list, I'm going to probably play 3 cards of this of Triple Attack, because this card it comes up so much nowadays that it just warrants playing 3. And then 2 Dive, I also think I should play 3 of this card, because this card's literally just Monster Reborn and also Barrage for this deck, which is insane. Probably just the best card in the deck. Like as far as like spell cards go, like this card I want to open it every opening hand. And then Ocean, these cards are both searchable though, so that makes it like the deck really consistent. So even though you're only playing 2 copies of this card, it's super duper consistent to get these cards. So that's it for the main cards. And the very last card Just Wave as our 4th trap card. Wave just, it's an imperm, and also it's just also Misc for your turn. Super duper good for all monsters you control. So, and then for the Link monsters, we play one Bubble Reef. Bubble Reef is like Heat Soul plus DDR, so you can summon back one Marincess Spanish monster. And also it gains 600 each. 600 for each time you banish a monster during this turn. So that's really good. And then Aqua Argonaut, and also the banish to draw during the standby phase is not once per. It's once every turn, so you can just do it every turn. So fill up your grave. It's super easy to do. And we play one copy of Marble Rock. Marble Rock is literally Woboku on wheels. And also it's just insane. Like, you can add back any Marincess card every turn. Super duper good. And then one copy of Coral Triangle. Coral Triangle is just, it's like you could like, a lot of people don't know it has a secondary effect other than the fact that like pitches a Marincess monster and lets you add Marincess trap. So like add the imperm. Its other effect, you can banish it from grave and summon back like a Link 2 and like any one monster that equals Link rating of 3. So you can summon back an effect monster and like Coral, and Coral was like insane. So I'll get to that here in a second. So, and then we play 2 Coral. 2 Coral, because this, like, you barely go into a 3rd, and you also, like, barely have any space in this deck to play a 3rd. But there's times where I did wish I was, because this card, like, if it gets linked off, or gets sent to the graveyard from the field, you can add a Marincess card from the graveyard to the hand for free. And, its other effect, you can summon back a Marincess monster from grave. So that card just... It's insanity. It's literally just doodle-doo for this deck. And then we play 2 Blue Slug. Blue Slug is literally just add back a Marincess monster from grave. That card's insane. So it's just like, you're playing like Balinxes and stuff, so you can kind of see where this is going. It's like a salad deck, but for waters. I call it tuna salad. And we play 2 Sea Angel. Angel, it just lets you add any Marincess spell. That's broken. And then Splash Mage, in a lot of combos, if you like link this off with one other monster in this, like early on in the turn, you can summon this card, summon this back from grave, and then just quickly go into like one of these cards. So it's like really good. And then for the last cards of the deck, we play XYZ. So we play Bahamut Shark, Toad. This card's broken. I went into this like so many times, wins games. Didn't go into this at all today, but last time I went to, this came in clutch. It literally beat both of the tier element Shizu players I played against. Card's insane. Like, you can literally just set up imperm plus this and their turn's over. So it's really nice. And Kragan. Kragan is like really insane because you can, it's like a Trident for this deck, and also it makes everything water. So like a lot of decks that like have to play fires or like have to play a certain attribute of the card just gets destroyed by this card. And also it burns for damage, so you can just summon it in time in game 3 and just win games by itself. So like if you set up like a card like Anti-Spell and this card, the game is over. Like 99%. And then for the side deck, so yeah, 15 of course, and then extra. And then 3 Raigeki. This card just, like, a lot of people just don't expect it. It literally just wins games by itself. It plus like Droplet just as the game's over. Same going with this card. This card is Harpy Feather Duster and also just Raigeki for attack position monsters. Pretty good. And then Cosmic Cyclone, it literally just quick play, spot removal for back row, or even just like if they like activate the field spell for tier elements, you can just banish that, or even banish their trap card, because if the trap card hits grade, they activate their effect. So that's why you have to play Cosmic. And Cosmic's also really good against cards like Branded Red and like Branded Loss. So just some ideas. And then Anti-Spell, this card just, I feel if you're not playing it this format, you're probably losing a lot more games in 2 and 3 than you're winning. D-Barrier, kind of the same thing going with this card. Also another thing to note, you can play the new card. It's like a Spellbound. It's a quick play spell. Either one is really good, but I think D-Barrier right this moment is probably better, just because Tier Elements is just insane and plays around like Spellbound a lot more than this card, so that's the whole reason in the side deck. So that's it for the deck profile. Shout outs to Taylor behind the camera for recording this. Shout outs to the Zombie Lich boy over there in the corner. He's playing a different deck today. We had a good time. We had decent number of players. And shout outs to Palatine Games. I guess shout outs to Alex over in the corner because he's cool there. And that's it for the deck profile. Fudge out.